is a quote from Iveta Ochel, and the quote states, "Until you realize how easy it is for your mind to be manipulated, you remain the puppet of someone else's game." I'm going to repeat that because it's very important that you hear it. This is such a primary thing that you need to hear again. Until you realize how easy it is for your mind to be manipulated, you remain the puppet of someone else's game. One more time. One more time. I think you need to, I need to hear this more. I need to hear this. I think you need to hear it again. Until you realize, until you understand, until you wake up, till your mind absorbs and can see how easy it is for your mind to be manipulated, you remain the puppet of someone else's game. And this is why we first talked about mindset. Where did your worldview come from? Where did your philosophy of life come from? Where did your social or cultural values come from? Start beginning to question that and look at this quote. All of us at some point have been manipulated by someone else's point of view. All of us have been manipulated by someone else's thought process. All of us have been manipulated by someone else's system. All of us have been manipulated by the way that someone else thinks or someone else's viewpoint. But when we begin to realize that, we now have to bring to perspective, is this what I believe? Is this what I know to be true? Have I tested everything that I think I believe is to be true against what? Against who? Against what foundation? What is your worldview based on? What is your philosophy of life based on? Because if you're basing it upon this guru that believes in Zen Buddhism and this guru that believes in multiculturalism and this one believes in Scientology and this one believes in Egyptology and Nubianism and humanitarianism, all these isms and schisms, then maybe you need to take a step back and begin to question why you believe that way. And is it a firm foundation? Is it something that's solid? Is it something that remains to be true? Or is it just something that you have adopted as your truth for now until you have tested it to be true? You really haven't done a lot of work to start testing it. You really haven't thought about a lot of work for it to be tested, because you know what? A lot of times we're afraid to find out what we believe is not true. A lot of times we are afraid that if we begin to dig deep into what we consider our traditions, our superstitions, our cultural norms, the things that we believe or the firm foundation of our faith, a lot of times when we begin to really dig into ourselves and think about, why do I believe this way? Why do I think this way? Have I researched this to be true? When you really begin to boil it down to, you start thinking about it, I think that some people are afraid because they don't want their foundation to be shifted. They don't want their foundation to be shaken. They're too afraid to really find out the truth. And if you take a look at what I have in the back of this quote, you see the Matrix, right? How many of you remember the movie The Matrix? I know you. If you remember the movie The Matrix, just type yes in the chat. Just type yes in the chat. You see, I remember watching the movie Matrix. And I remember when it came to this point where Neo was being said, okay, like, you're in this simulated stimulation, and this stuff is not real. You're programmed. Okay, here's this red pill and this blue pill. You know, this pill will take you down the rabbit hole further and make you understand more of the truth, of which that's the best way to do it, because you want to know the truth. You don't want to, I believe most of us on this live wants to know the truth. We don't want to be manipulated. We don't want to stay in a lie. And this blue pill, or maybe I got it mixed up, will make you go back to sleep, you know, and everything will be as right as rain. You don't have to worry about it. You'll be back in the Matrix. You'll forget all about this stuff, and you won't have to worry about it. But is that really the way you want to live your life? Is that really the way that you want life to go? Do you really want to stay asleep? Do you really want to stay thinking about, well, this could be this way or this could be that way, or I just believe because it is the way it is? Do you really want to stay in that, or do you want to know the truth about yourself? You know? So if you're like me, I want to know the truth. I want to know why I believe what I believe, and does it hold water to what is true? What is truth, right?
Hey everyone. So I let life get ahead of me this week, but I had joined the mental detox challenge and I just dived into day 5, and just at the 9-minute mark, going over the replays, I was blown away. Even before 9 minutes, I was blown away because of the realization that I've been a puppet in someone else's game. That realization just set me free, and all I can say, Chichi, is thank you so much. I mean, I've just dived right into the end, but I know she's given everything to this because she really wants to see us win, and we deserve it because we are from the Most High. The Most High created us. And especially if you're in your spiritual journey and everything, the truths that's been dropping on this challenge is just phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. I cannot be the same again. So I'm so excited to dive into the rest because I know I'm going to have a breakthrough, definitely. So thank you so much. It's been fantastic, and I'm going to watch the rest.